Alright, so here we have the crankshaft, have it all cleaned up, have the bearing surfaces cleaned up for the main journals, the connecting rod journals. Here's the camshaft bearings. It's a special tool I had to make to just press out the existing bearings. I didn't have a special tool in time to remove it, so I just ended up making this little tool on the lathe. It just fits the inner diameter. They're pretty much all the same. You just kind of tapped them out. And then here's the pistons and connecting rods. Have them all prepped for the media blaster. Have all the piston rings removed. Take them over to the cabinet here in a little bit. We'll come over to the block and this parts washer. Ended up taking this oil galley plug out. Also took the oil pressure sensor out, the camshaft position sensor, and just have the block torn completely down. Try to get some of this paint off and just kind of clean up the outside of the block and the inside of the block. And then I'll go ahead and clean up the cylinders later on. And just turn this on and get it all cleaned up here in a little bit. Okay, so here's this sandblaster I have. It's actually baking soda, so it's not too aggressive for internal engine parts. I like to use it for mostly internal stuff. I have a glass bead cabinet as well right next to it. It's a little bit more aggressive, so usually I use that one for like timing covers or valve covers or something that just needs a little bit more aggressive material. But here's the pistons coming out of it. You can see all the carbon buildup is gone. Let's grab these out of here. Yeah, everything pretty much looks brand new except the side skirts, show a little wear on them. They don't look brand new, but once I put these in the parts washer, get all this old powder off of them, look pretty much brand new. I'll just go ahead and finish up getting this last bit of carbon off the top of this piston. But yeah, you can see this residue, this white residue that leaves on the piston just from all the baking soda. But yeah, it cleans up pretty nice, and here you can see the carbon buildup in the bottom ring land. So I'll put that back in, make it just look good as new, just like this one we see here. And the good thing about the baking soda is once I put it in the parts washer, pretty much just dissolves, washes away. And I soak these in plenty of oil before I put them back. I don't make sure not to put them in dry like this when I go to assemble the motor. Back at my garage, I have the engine or the block out of the parts washer mounted up to my engine stand. All the main journals cleaned up really nice, no wear marks on them. So we'll go ahead and get the rest of the block all cleaned up as far as the cylinder walls. Use a ball hone, make sure we get everything all nice and freshened up on this block before we assemble the crankshaft, pistons, connecting rods, and just kind of get the bottom end all buttoned up here. So you can see the top of the block, it's kind of got some rust on it, pretty much just some surface rust. I think here I was just kind of going over the differences between a ball hone and a flat square hone. Like one you see here. Try to avoid using these. Every time I've used them, they kind of just fall apart. The ball hone definitely gives you more flexibility, just because each individual ball is on its own spring mounted to the main shaft. Where this, it's just definitely prefer to use a ball hone. They are way more money than a flex hone, but you'll see in, I'm sorry, not a Flex Zone, I forget what they're called, but this one's the Flex Zone brand. The only difference, one of the main differences, is the ball hones have a specific inner diameter that they work with for, the different sizes of the cylinders. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get each cylinder all cleaned up, and then go ahead and kind of treat the deck surface with this. It's like a grinding stone, but I cover it with motor oil, WD-40 PB Blaster, and just kind of don't use too much force. It's just more just making sure the top of the block is squared off and even with the rest of the cylinders. I already took a straight edge to the block, so it's not warped or anything like that, so I know I'll be okay with just using this sharpening stone just to kind of get a nice smooth, even surface on the top of this block. Okay, so I got the one side all finished up with the ball hone. You can see it's came out really nice, actually. You never know when you get one of these junkyard motors how the cylinder walls are going to clean up. But as you can see, this side's all been done, and we'll compare it to the side that I haven't done yet. See how shiny and reflective the cylinder walls are? That is not what you want when you're assembling a newish motor, with new internals, like piston rings like I'm going to be using. You kind of just want your cylinder walls to look like this a little bit. They look rough, but it allows the new piston rings to break in nice and even. New piston rings kind of made into the cylinder wall surfaces.